But all is not well in the Indiana Fever fandom community, particularly the Caitlin Clark community, because even though they got a win last night, you got a lot of people that are still not happy. And they're still not happy with the brand of basketball that this team plays. Also, the other thing, and this is we kind of told you so. We told you so. Last night, the entire upper part of that stadium wasn't even open. They didn't even bother selling tickets for it because there was no demand.
Caitlin Clark fans are starting to treat Indiana Fever tickets like clearance items nobody wants to grab. Resale prices have crashed as low as $8, and empty seats are becoming almost as noticeable as the on-court frustration. Stephanie White was brought in to stabilize the storm and reignite the hype, but instead of explosive basketball, fans feel like they are watching a painfully slow waiting room experience with no payoff. Now social media is buzzing with one brutal question: how did the biggest name in the WNBA become attached to an arena that suddenly looks half asleep?
Got tickets available everywhere. The nosebleeds, the middle, the floor area, the club seats. Like, what are we talking about? And these aren't resale tickets. These are actual tickets that are available. And it's the home opener. And I saw somewhere where they done discounted them to $12. And see, this wouldn't be so funny if this fan base wasn't on.
Before we go any further, hit that like button and subscribe because this story only gets crazier from here. In professional basketball, $8 tickets usually signal a disaster. Either the arena scheduled tip-off in the middle of a tornado alert, or fans have officially decided they'd rather stay home alphabetizing their spice rack than sit through whatever chaos is unfolding on the court. And right now, Indiana Fever fans are making that choice loud and clear.
Right here, the Crypto Arena holds 19,000 for basketball. And they only sold 12,000. There was only 12,605 people last night. They were down 7,000 people. And there was so little demand, they didn't even bother opening the upper bowl of this arena. Which leads me over to this, and let me just refresh.
Unfortunately for the Indiana Fever, this has nothing to do with bad weather and everything to do with frustrated fans realizing the offense makes no sense for Caitlin Clark's talent. Watching one of the most explosive players in basketball constantly trapped in a crowded system feels like buying a Formula One car just to sit in rush hour traffic. Fans expected fast breaks, deep threes, and non-stop energy. Instead, they are watching a superstar look boxed in while the excitement around the team slowly drains out of the arena.
It was one great point right before halftime where Caitlin Clark received a technical foul. The arena erupted. And it's a lot of Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark fans there, but they still erupted in applause. You know, no one's above the law, okay? Also, I want to note that there were a lot of empty seats, like sections empty. So I don't know what happened to the Caitlin.
The craziest part is that Indiana has actually been winning lately, but somehow the atmosphere around the team still feels completely off. In sports, victories are supposed to erase frustration. Fans normally overlook sloppy possessions, questionable coaching decisions, and even sidelines filled with coaches looking one bad call away from arguing with a vending machine. Winning is usually the giant bandage that hides every crack in the system, the emotional duct tape that keeps fans believing everything is fine even when it clearly isn't.
Ratings are dropping some. This is crazy, man. Take a look at this here. The Indiana Fever posted this. Our first Lucas Oil family night of the season is this Sunday. Tickets start at $28. So for $28, you can get a hot dog, some Cheez-Its, a drink, and a ball cap. As long as you pay $28 to come to the game. This is craziness, man. The Indiana Fever wasn't giving out no...
But this situation feels different because fans are no longer reacting only to wins and losses. They are reacting to the actual experience of sitting down and watching these games unfold. Right now, a growing number of people feel like the Fever are taking one of basketball's most electrifying stars and turning her into the sports equivalent of filing paperwork. Caitlin Clark exploded in popularity because her game felt completely unpredictable in the best way possible. The logo threes, the impossible passes, the non-stop pace, the swagger, the feeling that something outrageous could happen every time she touched the ball made fans drop everything and pay attention. She plays basketball like someone handed a fearless point guard unlimited stamina and a controller with cheat codes activated. That is what people bought into. Fans did not pack arenas hoping to watch a slow, grinding offense that moves with the urgency of a traffic jam. They showed up because Clark made basketball feel alive, chaotic, and genuinely fun. But now, too many Indiana possessions feel lifeless and painfully deliberate, like a mandatory corporate meeting nobody wanted to attend. At times, the offense moves so slowly it feels like fans could order dinner, walk the dog, answer emails, and reconsider their entire future before the shot clock finally runs out.
Has to free herself from this organization. At this point in time, they're not fully dedicated to the well-being of Caitlin Clark. I am convinced they do not want those logo threes. They do not want Caitlin Clark to play her game. They want Caitlin Clark to be a part of the system that Stephanie White has laid out. This isn't Caitlin Clark's team. This is Stephanie White and Kelsey Mitchell basketball team supported by Caitlin Clark. That needs to change. Caitlin Clark is the face of the WNBA and the sole reason y'all is getting the money to build this big-ass practice facility y'all trying to do.
Portion of the fan base believes the current system is draining all the excitement out of the team. At this point, the frustration is not even centered on wins and losses anymore. It is about the style of basketball people are watching every night. Fans are struggling to understand why a player famous for speed, creativity, and fearless shot-making is operating inside an offense that sometimes looks scared of all three. What makes the situation even stranger is that Indiana already showed earlier in the season what this team could look like at its best. During the stretches when the Fever played fast, pushed the pace, and let Caitlin Clark attack freely, the entire team suddenly looked explosive. Defenders were constantly scrambling, transition opportunities appeared everywhere, and the crowd stayed locked in because every possession felt like it could end with something outrageous from 30 feet away. The team looked confident, loose, and genuinely dangerous. Now, there are stretches where the offense feels painfully cautious, almost like it was created by someone whose main goal was to slow everyone's pulse down. And fans keep repeating the same question online every single night. Why is one of the best playmakers in basketball spending so much time standing still, waiting for plays that never fully come to...
Completely screwed the pooch when it comes to this thing, and they have no one to blame but themselves. That front office, Kelly Crosskoff, Amber Cox, and that head coach, Stephanie White. You guys have brought this thing to a new low, it appears. I don't blame the people for holding out. We don't know what's going on with this back situation. All of a sudden, she needs a chiropractor every 5.5 seconds. I don't know what's going on, but you guys have blown it. This is the type of things that the Chicago Sky was having to do in